Hello everyone, this is Singy from the Sanctum of the Soul, and today I've got with me the Mausolea Oracle of Souls. This was a pre-order from I think 9 months ago, so I'm pretty excited right now. So I got this deck because it reminded me of the Angelarium Oracle. You can see the similarities between the two, and incidentally, the second iteration of the Angelarium, I think it's called the Oracle of Watches, is also on its way to me. It was also a pre-order. I ordered that one along with the Mausolea Oracle, so it should arrive shortly. But anyway, enough about that. And oh god, so I've forgotten to I've forgotten to remove the shrink wrap again. So here we go. Apologies. So anyway, while I'm doing that, this oracle is by illustrated by a Jason Engel. I'm not sure who wrote it because it's not written. I don't know why that's so. Usually the author is the name of the author is splashed across the front of the box. I'm not sure why this is so. Perhaps Jason Engel actually authored it as well. I'm not sure. Anyway, box is your typical low Scarabeo medium-sized box. It will fit perfectly with all the other boxes, but you might want to put it like that to see all the titles, or whatever. Yeah. So even the height is the same, so that's nice. Haven't got any other low Scarabeo decks, so you can see the Santa Muerte. It's all uniform in size, so that is perfect. Right, so let's get on with it. Right, so this is a unique dark fantasy world where myths and legends are woven together to create a tapestry of souls. So I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but anyway, we've got all these symbols. They are like, some of them are easily recognizable, like the Triscale here. Others I'm not quite sure. Anyway, let's just move on. So the box is, it's black inside, so that's perfect, and yeah, exactly the same as all the other Los Scarabeo boxes. And we've got the guidebook. Lovely guidebook. Los Scarabeo has come a long way from that tiny booklet from the previous tarots, but perhaps because those were tarots. But it's still noteworthy that this entire book is split between 6 languages, so you actually only get about 28 pages of it in English, and there aren't any pictures of the cards on. So yeah, the English one is about this thick, and everything else is are in different languages. And yeah, so you get pretty nice. See, I see some Egyptian names already, like Hathor, Set, and Anubis. So it's not the best write-up. It's quite brief, which might be a problem, but we'll see. And that's the deck. Oh, it looks gorgeous. That looks arcane. So I'm not sure. I'm not the best at arcane sigils, but this, you can feel the energy from it. So this is some sort of perhaps an invocation. I'm not sure. And it's in shrink wrap. Cards look, they seem to have arrived in pristine condition. We will see once I remove the shrink wrap. Okay, so Lo Scarabeo has never been particularly high on the quality list of publishers, as if you've watched my other videos, you will see what I mean. But this looks okay. So it's a 36 card deck, I believe. Yeah, 36. So it is quite a small deck. I usually don't go for tiny decks because they are a bit, I feel, shortchanged, but in this case the artwork is beautiful, too beautiful to pass up. Okay, and so we've got a glossy cardstock, well, card surface, and very high gloss. And so you've got the cardstock is okay, typical of Lo Scarabeo. It's not the best, it's not the worst. Not the worst, definitely not, but it is quite soft. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's flimsy, but cardstock of this kind tends to bend very quickly in the tropics where I'm from because of the high humidity in the air. So I prefer thicker cardstock because they withstand the humidity a bit better, but this is fine. And so, right, beautiful. Okay, so the cards are a bit slippery, might be a bit difficult to shuffle, but it is a small enough deck that perhaps it's not that difficult to grip, but it is still, yeah. If just holding it, you can see it's slipping. Sorry, got distracted by my budgie, who is screeching outside. Here we go. Okay. So the first card is Abraham, Justice of Pandemonium. You see the Justice sign. Oh well, not the sign. The scales. Some kind of Ghost Rider-ish. Head. And you've got the symbols here. You've got the symbols for swords, I think, symbolizing wisdom, intellect. So that is very nice. Love the weapon. And it's justice, truth, and duty. And we've got the Traveler, who looks a bit like the Chariot card. And so this looks like justice, and this looks like the Chariot from traditional tarot, of course. Keeper of the Crossroads. So I usually think of that as Hecate, the goddess of the crossroads, but that's fine as well. I love the symbols. It's a 6-legged creature, floating chariot, single eye, restlessness, independence, and appraisal. And that's the thinker, the father of knowledge. You've got the scrolls, you've got the quill pen, very beautiful. Knowledge, instruction, and reinvention. The exile, so that's the hermit. Of course, this looks like the Hierophant. This looks like the hermit. Forsaken soldier, perhaps not the hermit then. Strategy, failure, and trauma. Unfortunate. And we've got the Maestro, Master of Inspiration. Oh, I like this card. We've got Understanding, Community, and Ingenuity. Beautiful card. Love the city behind it. Looks like ancient Rome, perhaps. Poet of Avon. Almost said Avalon. The Storyteller. So they all look slightly warlike. You can see the armor, the weapons. Very interesting. And that's fame, stagnation, and pride. So I do like the three the prompts. because some of them, like stagnation and fame, they don't seem like they should belong together, but it does make sense if you think about it. Fame, because of fame and pride, well, from fame it can cause stagnation because your pride in your abilities, the continuous positive feedback and lack of criticism perhaps, and you develop that kind of diva attitude. So it does make sense. I like this deck already. Hades, Lord of Riches. So you might have noticed that the sign has changed. So this were this symbol and this is this symbol. And so this makes me think like perhaps the deck is split into 6 suits of 6 cards. Equanimity, wisdom and inevitability. Hades. We've got the golden apple. Interesting because this looks like Poseidon's weapon. Of course it's not a trident, but still close enough. Very interesting. Lord of Riches. So everything comes to an end. So it's a Buddhist concept as well. If you because everything comes to an end. So having an equanimous mind does help in your daily life. It helps in your spirituality as well, and the wisdom that everything will end. So there is that cessation of, everything will cease is the word they use, and so yeah, the wisdom in understanding that and not clinging to it. Vanth, the caretaker of the lost. See the scowl. Looks almost like a Valkyrie, but not really. And you've got that, is that called a pylon? I'm not sure. Respite, assistance, and memory. And you've got Sharon, who is the ferryman. Yeah, through the river Styx. So this seems to be the Greek version. So I'm sure that's perhaps British. I'm not sure. Anglo-Saxon, perhaps. And this is Greek, necessity, focus, and transition. You've got Mother of Dawn, the emissary, beauty, agency, and compassion. Who is the Mother of Dawn? Is that Nyx? Because I know Nyx gave birth to Hemera, who is the goddess of the day, so that could be. And that's Thanatos, completion, support, and expediency. Warden of this. Oh, this is Nyx. Enchantress of Nights, I'm not sure. Perhaps that's Hemera? I don't know. Secrets, vigilance, and subterfuge. Subterfuge. This is a beautiful Nyx. So I love Nyx a lot. She, even though she's widely considered to, have birthed the gods of the likes of fear, the likes of, strife and nightmares, but she is a necessary counterpart, and she is, according to mythology, so beautiful and powerful that even Zeus himself feared angering her. So that's how powerful she is. And I think that's a Celtic symbol, so that's Aron. That's the Anglo-Saxon one. So I don't know who the first one is. Perhaps Sumerian, I don't know. Very beautiful. Master of the Great Hunt. Authority, the hunt, and natural balance. And that's Arthur, the champion of Avalon. Companionship, nobility, and self-realization. The Morrigan, of course. Weaver of Fate. Antipathy, introspection, and opposition. There's Morgan Le Fay, the King Arthur's arch enemy. Atonement, growth, and deceit. And Danu, Mother of Creation. Oh, that is beautiful. Motherhood, ferocity, and creation. And Dawn, the red shepherd, just reward, evaluation, and respite. So this is the second respite card in here. The first one was Vanth. Okay, and we've moved on to whatever that is. Ereshkigal. Huh, that sounds very familiar. Ereshkigal. Anyway, we'll find out later. Wrath, instability, and suspicion. And that's the Queen of Shadows. The Prince, the Forgotten Adversary. Sorrow, Lost Failure, and Serendipity. Lilith. Ah, so that's Sumerian. Okay, that's hunger, animalism, and instinct. Oh, beautiful. The Thief of Life. And that's martyr. Matron of the Blind, and that's the cover card. Honesty, shame, and restitution. And we've got Eternal Servitor, the Ancient Wanderer. Hope in completeness and yearning. And Lady of Masks, the Shaper. Reclamation, vanity, and surface appearances. And we've gone on to Egyptian, so that's Osiris, the god king of Duat. Commitment, acquisition and responsibility. Matriarch, mother of homestead. Rejection, opportunities, and consequences. You see the clear Egyptian, the pyramid notwithstanding, you can see the clear Egyptian designs, and that's Golden Empress, Jewel of Abydos, potency, confidence, and magnetism. Beautiful. And that's Hathor, of course, Mistress of Harmony, mediation, communication, and culture. Anubis, arbiter of truth, of course, he weighs your heart against a feather. Preservation, neutrality, and obligation. Set, Prince of Avarice, and that's short-sightedness, ambition, and narcissism. And we've got, so that's the last set of, so it's not a set of 6, oh it is, okay. El Shaddai, that sounds Persian. The Radiant Lord, wisdom, paternalism, and kindness. Abaddon, overlord of the abyss, oh beautiful. Pestilence, corruption, and malice. Jean, the maid, guardian of saints, so that's Saint Joan. Humility, disillusionment, and champion. So I'm probably going through this all wrong, I'm not sure what's going on. The Leper King, Sword of Law, bravery, self-discipline, and faith. The Ageless, healing, graciousness, and acceptance. They're all so beautiful. The Keeper of Whispers, the Mad Prophet, and that's curiosity, madness, and forbidden knowledge. Okay, so every single card seems to be in perfect condition. So the card, something I noticed about the card is that it's slightly raised on the inside, so it feels a bit concave, but very slightly. Let me just look at the guidebook to see what the symbols actually mean. Okay, so this symbol symbolizes the kingdom of pandemonium. So, slightly chaotic. And we've got the second symbol, which is, was it here? Yeah. Which is this one. That's the second symbol. And that would be the kingdom of Hades. So that's slightly hellish. And then we've got the third one, which is this one, I think. prints. And that would be the Empire of Akala. And we've got the last one. Hang on a second. So are there only 4? This is very confusing, and I don't really like the guidebook because of that. Yeah, there isn't one, so that's Pandemonium, followed by Hades, followed by... Oh, there we go. See, that is... Okay. Pandemonium first, followed by Hades. And the third one is the Afterworld of Anvin, I think. Anwen. Ugh, I can't do Gaelic or Irish. So that is... goodness gracious. Yeah, here we go. This card. This one. Okay, the Triskelate. Yeah, that makes sense. And then, hey... Akala comes after that. And then there's Sheol, Dominion of Dubai, and then there's the Realm of Sheol. Okay, so there are 6 suits after all. And let's just do a shuffle. Let's see just how slippery the cards really are. Okay, they are okay to shuffle. If they were any thicker, it could be a problem, but they're not, so. Right. Okay. Right, so let's do a reading as customary to my videos. What should I ask? So there are a few prospects that are coming in. What's going to come out of them? Oh. So the energy is slightly weird. But we'll get one. Okay, so let's see. It says here that Keeper of Whispers, Curiosity, Madness, Forbidden Knowledge. Okay, and we've got Danu, the Mother of Creation, Motherhood, Ferocity, and Creation. Okay, and Martyr, Matron of the Blind, Honesty, Restitution. Okay, and the last one, Lilith, Hunger, Animalism, and Instinct. So it does seem to be telling me to follow my instincts, and to just go as, go kind of with the flow, I guess. With the not seeing, and then there's the creation, so I have to actively create opportunities. So yeah, perhaps this deck isn't the best for asking questions like that because of the energy is a bit darker. I know the darkness will put some people off, but also this deck can be really good for shadow work. I don't really like calling it shadow work, but you can use it to explore your the sites that you might not like, and see what can be improved. So all in all, I'm really pleased with this deck. Definitely recommend it to anyone who thinks the images and the energy calls to you. No problem at all with cardstock, no problem with the guidebook. Honestly, a little surprised because it's Lo Scarabeo, but So anyway, thanks for watching. This is singing from the Sanctum of the Soul, and I'll catch you again in the next video. Goodbye.